The bizarre UK charges Andrew Tate is now facing: power, luxury, infamy. Few names ignite controversy in the digital age quite like Andrew Tate. For years, he has branded himself as untouchable, a self-made king of wealth and masculinity, standing above governments, critics, and the media. But today, that throne shakes. Because in the United Kingdom, the country where Tate once lived, partied, and built his early empire, an avalanche of bizarre and unsettling charges is coming straight for him. Charges that weave through criminal courts, civil lawsuits, and even unpaid taxes. Charges so wide-ranging, they blur the line between scandal and spectacle. Stay with me, because by the time you hear the full picture, you'll realize that Andrew Tate isn't just facing legal battles. He's fighting for his legacy, his fortune, and maybe even his freedom. The criminal web. It begins with the most explosive headlines. The Crown Prosecution Service, one of the UK's highest authorities, has officially given the green light. Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan must face 21 criminal charges in Britain. 10 of those charges are aimed directly at Andrew, while the remaining 11 fall on Tristan. The accusations are dark, disturbing, and chilling to watch: rape, actual bodily harm, human trafficking, and controlling prostitution for gain. These aren't just minor infractions or questionable dealings. They are the kind of allegations that send shivers down your spine. The kind of charges that could dismantle reputations and end lives of influence forever. Allegations that stretch back more than a decade, between 2012 and 2015, a time when Tate wasn't yet the internet's loudest provocateur, but still a rising name living in Luton, testing the limits of power. One woman claims she was raped. Another says she was trafficked. Another, beaten. Their stories form a chilling pattern. Accusations of manipulation, control, and violence, hidden beneath the surface of Tate's glamorous life. And here's the bizarre twist. These charges are real, official, ready for trial. Yet Tate cannot face them. Not yet, because before the UK gets its turn, Romania holds the keys. Romania, where Tate currently stands accused of building a trafficking ring under the guise of a webcam empire. The UK wants him extradited, but it must wait until his Romanian case ends. Only then will he be flown back across the channel to face the courts of Britain. It's as if the legal world itself has created a coup. Countries lining up to take their swing at Andrew Tate. The civil case that shocked judges. If the criminal charges sound heavy, the civil case is where things turn truly bizarre. 4 women, 4 stories of pain, and 1 groundbreaking lawsuit. They're not just accusing Andrew Tate of abuse. They're accusing him of something new, something rarely seen in UK courts: coercive control. Coercive control isn't just physical abuse, it's psychological warfare. It's about domination without chains, breaking someone's will without leaving visible scars. The women claim Tate strangled them, threatened them with firearms, and used emotional manipulation to trap them in his orbit. Here's the shocking part. This lawsuit may be the first of its kind in the UK, a civil case where coercive control, usually handled as a criminal matter in domestic abuse situations, is argued as a form of intentional harm, demanding damages. One judge called it legally unique. Others call it uncharted territory. The trial isn't until 2027, a 3-week showdown that could rewrite the boundaries of British civil law. But the fact that it's happening at all proves something. Andrew Tate isn't just facing the law's weight, he's testing the very limits of how the law itself can be stretched. Imagine that. Your name's so controversial, so toxic, that courts must break new ground just to deal with you. The money trail. But what is power without money? Enter Devon and Cornwall police. They've been digging into Tate's finances, and what they found was staggering. Allegations of £2.8 million in unpaid taxes, spanning almost a decade, from 2014 to 2022. The businesses in question, the very ones that made Tate a household name: its online ventures, courses, and Hustlers University. Police have already seized £2.5 million in assets. Cars, cash, property. The message is clear. In the UK, even kings of controversy must pay their dues. And yet, Tate insists he's being targeted, that this isn't justice, but persecution. To his fans, he's a martyr, an alpha silenced by weak governments. To his critics, he's a fraudster finally being cornered. Either way, the money story only deepens the mystery. The bizarre duality. Here's where things get truly bizarre. Think about it. Tate is a man claiming global dominance, who calls himself Top G, flaunting private jets and Bugattis, yet simultaneously being chased across 3 separate legal battlegrounds. In Britain, Andrew Tate now finds himself entangled in 3 different battlegrounds, each one tightening around him. In the criminal courts, he is fighting some of the most severe accusations imaginable: charges of rape, human trafficking, and acts of violence that, if proven, could destroy his freedom and reputation. At the same time, the civil courts are preparing for a groundbreaking lawsuit, where 4 women will challenge him under claims of coercive control, a legal approach so unusual it could reshape how abuse is argued in British law. And then, in yet another arena, the financial courts, authorities are clawing back millions, accusing Tate of unpaid taxes, and stripping away his luxury assets piece by piece. Together, these 3 fronts form a storm: criminal, civil, and financial, that threatens to engulf him entirely. It's like 3 different movies, each with its own villain, its own plot, and in every one of them, Andrew Tate plays the starring role. Few public figures juggle legal chaos on this scale. Some collapse under one investigation. Tate is balancing 3 in multiple countries, all at once. And still, he streams, he tweets, he rallies his followers, as if the chaos fuels him. But for how long? The strangeness of timing. Perhaps the strangest detail of all: timing. Why now? Why are charges from 2012 to 2015 only surfacing in full force a decade later? Why does the civil case stretch out until 2027, years into the future? Some argue it's evidence gathering. Others whisper about political agendas. Tate himself insists it's proof of a witch hunt, a coordinated attack to silence him. But look closely, and you'll see something else. The delay makes the drama larger. The longer the timeline, the bigger the spotlight. By 2027, this trial won't just be about Andrew Tate. It will be about law, influence, and the digital age colliding in one courtroom. It feels less like a trial and more like destiny slowly closing in. The hooks that grip the public. So why does this story hold us? Why do millions click headlines, tune in to live streams, dissect every update? Because it's more than law. It's theater. Think of the hooks. A man who built his empire teaching others how to dominate now, accused of domination in its darkest form. A legal system bending itself into new shapes just to handle them. Millions in taxes unpaid by a man who paraded his wealth daily online. Women breaking silence after a decade, demanding justice in a trial that will be studied in law schools. And the world watching, wondering, can Andrew Tate survive all 3 storms? Or will one finally break him? Each chapter is a cliffhanger, each charge another twist. And that's why it grips us, not just as news, but as a story unfolding in real time. The final question. The bizarre UK charges against Andrew Tate are more than legal documents. They are mirrors. Mirrors of how power is challenged, mirrors of how law evolves, and mirrors of how one man, so loud online, must finally face voices offline. Voices of women, of courts, of entire nations. Will he walk free, claiming victory over the Matrix? Or will history remember him not as a self-made king, but as a fallen idol, brought down not by governments, not by conspiracies, but by the very laws he thought he stood above? The trials are coming. The stage is set. And the world is watching. If you found this video as gripping as we did, don't look away. Hit that subscribe button. Ring the bell and stay with us. Because this story isn't finished. In fact, it's only just begun.